Part 1. The call to change. Ever looked at your bank account and felt that pit in your stomach? Like, how did I end up here? Get it. Most Americans are stuck in a cycle of bills, debt, and deferred dreams. Did you know 60% of guys in the US don't even have $5,000 saved for emergencies? That's real, and it's not your fault. The system doesn't teach you how to win, but today, I'm showing you a way out. It's not magic, it's strategy. Picture this for a second. You with a financial cushion, not sweating a flat tire or an unexpected bill. Sounds like a distant dream, right? But I've been where you are. I started with $200 in my account and a pile of debt. The difference? I learned to think like the wealthy. They don't just save money, they make it grow. Today, I'll share what pulled me out of the hole and can do the same for you. First, let's talk mindset. Money isn't just numbers, it's behavior. Ever notice how the rich think differently? They see opportunities where we see problems. When I was drowning in debt, I thought saving was impossible. Then I learned that even $10 a week can change the game. Small, consistent actions lead to massive results. The truth is, nobody taught you how to handle money in school. I didn't know either. I grew up thinking wealth was for movie stars, not guys like me. But here's what I learned. Wealth is freedom. It's not about mansions or fancy cars, it's about sleeping soundly knowing you're in control. And you can start with whatever you've got, even if it's just a little. So let me ask you, when was the last time you felt in control of your money? If the answer's never, don't worry. Most guys between 18 and 40 feel the same. But what separates those who stay stuck from those who break free is one thing: the decision to act. Today I'm giving you a simple, step-by-step plan to turn your $100, $500, or even $0 into something bigger. Let's address a common mistake: thinking you need a lot of money to start. You don't. When I began, I invested $50 in an index fund. Sounds small, right? But that $50 grew, and today, it's part of my financial freedom. The secret isn't how much you have, it's what you do with it. Want to learn how to do it right? Think of your financial life like a car. If you only hit the brakes, you'll never get anywhere. Saving is crucial, but it's just the start. Investing is the accelerator. And no, you don't need to be a Wall Street genius. There are simple ways to invest, even with a little, that anyone can learn. I'll show you how. Real stories inspire, so let me tell you about my friend Jake. He was a waiter, earning $30,000 a year, always in the red. One day he decided to change, started setting aside $20 a week and investing in ETFs. 5 years later, he's got $15,000 saved and is buying his first home. Jake's not special, he just took action. You can too. The biggest obstacle isn't money, it's mindset. We grow up hearing money's dirty, or the rich just inherit it. That's nonsense. Wealth is built brick by brick. Today, I'll show you how to lay your foundation, even if you think you've got nothing to start with. Ready to turn things around? Before we dive deeper here, as a challenge, pause for a second and think of one thing you've always wanted but couldn't afford. Okay, trip, a house, or just the peace of being debt-free. This video is about making that dream real. Let's take the first step together. Part 2. The first step to financial freedom. Alright, you're here, so you've already taken the first step, deciding you want change. Congrats, man, that puts you ahead of 90% of people. Now, let's talk about what actually works to go from zero to something. The first step isn't earning more, it's controlling what you already have. It sounds obvious, but most people skip it. Let's start with something simple: the smart budget. Think of your money like water in a leaky bucket. Every unnecessary expense is a hole. The first step is plugging those holes. When I started, I was blowing $200 a month on nonsense. Overpriced coffee, unused subscriptions, pointless nights out. I cut those and started saving $50 a month. It's not much, but it was a start. Have you checked where your money's leaking? It's an easy way to begin is the 503-020 method. Allocate 50% of your income to necessities like rent and groceries, 30% to wants like hanging out with friends, and 20% to your future savings and investments. Sounds tough? It is at first, but it's like hitting the gym. It starts uncomfortable, but becomes a habit. Here's a game changer that transformed my life: automation. I set up my bank account to automatically transfer 10% of my paycheck to an investment account. I don't see that money, so I don't miss it. In a year, that became $1,200 without me thinking about it. Banks like Ally or Fidelity make this a breeze. Ever thought about automating your savings? Let's talk debt, because I know many of you are dealing with it. Another real story, I met a guy named Mike, an Uber driver, who owed $10,000 on credit cards. He used the snowball method and cleared his debt in 2 years. How? He cut expensive outings, cooked at home, and threw every extra dollar at his debt. Now he invests $200 a month. If Mike can do it, so can you. A common mistake is thinking saving is the end game. It's not. Saving is like training for a race, but investing is actually running it. And no, you don't need $5,000 to start. Apps like Robinhood or Acorns let you invest with just $10. The key is to start, even small. Let me ask you, have you ever tried budgeting and given up? Don't beat yourself up. Most people fail the first few times. The trick is to keep it simple. Track everything you spend for 1 week. Just that. You'll be shocked at how much you can save just by being aware. Before we move to the next step, I've got a request. If you're committed to changing your financial life in 2025, comment below. I'm building my freedom. When I see your comment, I'll be pumped because I know you're on the right track. I'll even drop a heart on your comment. Commented. Let's keep going. Part 3. Making your money work for you. You've plugged the leaks in your financial bucket. Now it's time to make that bucket grow. Investing might sound like Wall Street stuff, but it's simpler than you think. Think of it like planting a seed. You put in a little now, and over time it grows into a tree. Let's talk about how to start investing, even with just a little. First, understand the power of compound interest. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but grows fast. An easy way to begin is with index funds, aka ETFs. They're like a basket of stocks, which lowers your risk. Take the SPY, for example, which tracks the top 500 US companies. With $50, you can buy a fraction of it. Platforms like Vanguard or Charles Schwab make this super accessible. Another real story, my cousin Tom started with $200 in an ETF. He was earning $35,000 a year as a mechanic, and thought investing wasn't for him. 5 years later, he's got $8,000 invested and keeps adding $100 a month. He's not rich, but he's building something solid. You can too. A common fear is that investing is too risky. Yes, there are risks, but not investing is worse. Keeping your money in a checking account is like letting it rot. Inflation eats away at your purchasing power every year. In 2025, $1,000 buys less than it did in 2020. Investing is your shield against that. Here's a practical tip. Diversify. Don't put all your money in one stock or crypto. Spread it across ETFs, bonds, and maybe a small bit in crypto like Bitcoin. But be cautious, crypto's volatile, so only invest what you can afford to lose. I started with 5% of my portfolio in crypto, and it kept me balanced. If you're thinking I don't know anything about this, relax, nobody's born knowing this stuff. Apps like Investopedia or free YouTube videos explain it all. Spend 10 minutes a day learning, and in a month, you'll feel way more confident. Knowledge is your greatest asset. Before we go on, I need a favor. If you're enjoying this video and want more tips like these, subscribe to the channel now. Seriously, it makes a huge difference, so I can keep bringing you content to build your financial freedom. Subscribed? Yes! Let's hit the next step. Part 4. Building millionaire habits. We're at the point where it all starts coming together. You know how to save and invest, but what sets the wealthy apart is consistency. Wealth isn't luck, it's habit. In this part, I'll show you how to think. First, let's talk about an abundance mindset. The wealthy don't dwell on scarcity, they chase opportunities. When I was at rock bottom, all I saw were bills. But I started asking, how can I do more with what I have? That changed everything. Instead of dropping $20 on takeout, I used that money to learn a new skill. One skill every millionaire has is constant learning. They read books, take courses, listen to podcasts. A book that changed my life was The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. It teaches you to think long-term, no time to read. Audiobooks are perfect for your commute or workout. Another real story. I met Sarah, a teacher earning $40,000 a year. She started studying digital marketing in her spare time. 2 years later, She's making $5,000 a month freelancing on top of her salary. That's side income. You don't have to be her, but you can learn something new, like graphic design or coding. A simple habit of the wealthy is reviewing their finances weekly. Every Sunday, I spend 15 minutes checking my spending, investments, and goals. Sounds boring, but it's like checking your car's oil. It prevents breakdowns. Apps like Mint or YNAB make it easy. Have you reviewed your finances this week? Now, let's talk side hustles. In the US, 40% of guys between 18 and 40 have a second income stream. It could be selling on eBay, driving for Uber, or creating online content. I started selling custom t-shirts and made $500 a month.
What skill could you monetize?
A mistake I see is waiting for the perfect moment to start. There's no such thing. When I invested my first $100, I was scared. But I did it anyway, and it built my confidence. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. What's yours going to be?
One last thing. If this video is helping you see that you can change your financial life, give it a thumbs up. That small gesture helps me reach more guys like you who want to go from zero to building something big.
Liked it. Let's wrap this up strong in the next part. Part 5. Avoiding financial traps. Now that you've got a plan, let's talk about the traps that can trip you up. The road to wealth has pitfalls, and many guys fall because they don't know where to step. Let's cover the most common mistakes and how to dodge them, so your money keeps growing. First trap, impulse buys. You know that moment when you see a new pair of sneakers or a shiny gadget and think, I deserve this? We've all been there. But every dollar spent on something unnecessary is a dollar not working for you. Before you buy, ask, do I need this right now? Another trap is consumer debt. Credit cards are handy, but dangerous. The average US credit card interest rate is 20% a year. That means a $1,000 debt can balloon to $1,200 in a year. My tip? Only use your card for what you can pay off in full each month. Let's talk financial fads. Every year, there's a new opportunity. Crypto, NFTs, meme stocks. Remember GameStop in 2021? Some won big, but more lost big. I put 10% of my money in risky stuff, but 90% goes to safe bets like ETFs. Balance is key. Another story. My friend Alex lost $3,000 on a crypto that was going to the moon. He didn't do his homework, just followed the hype, and we only invests after researching. Before you put money into something, spend at least an hour digging. Sites like Yahoo Finance or Morningstar are great starting points. Mistake that almost got me was chasing quick results. Thought investing $500 would make me rich in a year. It doesn't work like that. Well, it takes time. Another trap is skipping an emergency fund. Before investing, save at least $1,000 for unexpected expenses. I lost a job once, and without a cushion, nearly fell into debt. Now, I have 6 months of expenses saved. Start with $50 a month and build from there. Finally, don't fall into the trap of comparing your journey to others. Social media shows fancy cars and big houses, but not the work behind them. Focus on your plan. Every step you take gets you closer to freedom. Ready for the final push? Part 6, your 2025 action plan. We're in the home stretch, and now it's time to put everything into action. You've got the tools, mindset, budgeting, investing, and how to avoid traps. Step 1. Build an emergency fund. Start with $10 a week. Open a separate account, like with Ally Bank, which pays decent interest. In a year, you'll have $520. That's your safety net. Without it, any setback can send you back to square one. Step 2. Create a simple budget. Use the 503-020 method I mentioned. Track everything you spend for 30 days. Apps like PocketGuard help. You'll find at least $20 a month you can redirect to savings or investments. Small changes add up. Step 3. Start investing, even small. Download an app like Acorns or Robinhood and put $10 a month into an ETF like VU. It's simple and accessible. In 5 years, with $10 a month at 8% annually, you'll have $750. Not much? No, it's the start of your empire. Step 4. Learn a new skill. Sites like Coursera or Udemy have affordable courses on marketing, coding, or design. 1 hour a week could lead to a side hustle earning $500 a month. I learned copywriting and made $2,000 in my first year. What's your skill going to be? Step 5. Review your goals monthly.
Ask, am I closer to financial freedom?
Just what's not working?
If you cut $50 in expenses, invest it. If you got a raise, put 50% of it into investments. Consistency is everything. One final story. My neighbor Carlos was a delivery driver, always overdrawn. He followed these steps, built an emergency fund, cut expenses, and invested $20 a month. Now, he's got $10,000 invested and is taking an IT course. Carlos isn't different from you. He just took action. Your future starts now, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Grab a piece of paper and write, I'm building my financial freedom in 2025. That's your commitment to yourself. Every dollar you save or invest is a step toward the life you deserve. If you've watched this far, comment below. I'm ready to win. When I see your comment, I'll drop a heart, because I know you're on the path to building your wealth. Let's make 2025 your year.